So check out this build right here. The runes. Let's talk about runes real quick. Electrocute. Electrocute got buffed. I don't know exactly when it was. I think it was like a month and a half ago. Electrocute is really good early game. It went from 25 seconds to 20. Right? Chat, am I right? New haircut? No. Just new hairstyle. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think this was patched about a month and a half ago, 20 seconds to 25 seconds to 20 seconds. So Electrocute is very good for early trading. Taste of Blood, it's a no-brainer. Taste of Blood, it just outperforms Sudden Impact as well as Cheap Shot. Cheap Shot is really bad on Ahri because you have to literally either A, play... Cheap Shot was actually good with Old Glacial, but not anymore. Cheap Shot can only proc off of Charm or if you run Rylai's, which makes absolutely no sense to run. Okay, and then Sudden Impact, you don't get enough value. So the total healing from lane, you get a lot more lane advantage from going Taste of Blood. Eyeball Collection. This is just a standard thing that I would recommend running. You don't have to really think about using Ghost Poro or doing Zombie Ward. So this stacks up very quickly with this build specifically. Ultimate Hunter. So this is where it gets kind of interesting. When you're running Malignance, you should not be running Ultimate Hunter. Why? Because you are overstacking on stats. So the way ability haste works is the more ability haste you stack, the less effective it is, right? So when you have about 10 to 20 ability haste, very effective. When you go from about 70 plus, you get diminishing returns. If you guys know about kind of like a logarithmic graph. I think it's a logarithmic graph. I haven't taken math class in forever, but I believe it is a logarithmic graph where you get diminishing returns. So the more ability haste you have, the less effective it is. So if you're running Malignance, it already gives you about 45 ability haste, if I remember correctly. 45 ability haste from 20 from just the stat itself, just the item itself, question mark? It's either the item itself or the passive. I think it's the item itself gives 25, if I'm remembering correctly. And then the passive gives you 20 ability haste on ultimate. So paired with that, Ultimate Hunter, if you do that, that's going to be about 80 just based off of item and this rune alone. And then as you stack more ability haste, it doesn't really give you that much value. So with that being said, if you don't run Malignance first item, like let's say, for example, in this build, you go Lichbane first item, you run Tier to solve the mana issue, your value for like Ultimate Hunter goes up really high because 15 ability haste from Lichbane and then 35 from this when you get full stacks, that's 50 ultimate ability haste. And you're not over capping when you're running Malignance. So if you are running Malignance, so let's say for example you should be running Relentless Hunter. Treasure Hunter is okay too, but Relentless gives you the most value. Okay. Presence of Mind, Resource Restored. Dude, let me tell you, this rune is so broken. Riot is not going to nerf it though, right? I don't think enough champions utilize it as well as Ahri does. Tier plus Presence of Mind plus Lichbane. I think this is the most disgusting combo I've ever seen with Ahri. I think the most broken iteration of Ahri was when Lichbane first came out. Second being like Liandry Cosmic Drive when those used to stack. But then now this. I think this right now is like the third most broken Ahri iteration. And it's not that far off from the other two either. I think it's actually relatively close. The only downside to this build, in my opinion, is that Darkseal caps your item slots a little too hard. So I would recommend not building Darkseal. And that's the only downside, is you have to build Tier and then Darkseal caps out your item slots. So besides that, like cut down value is extremely high, as you can see, 1,170. And yeah, this is going to be the setup for runes. Build is going to be Lichbane, and you build Tier right before you finish, like, you know, completing the item. So whenever you have time, you build Tier. Then you go into Cosmic Drive and then Liandry third item. Or instead of third item of Liandry's, you can go and finish Seraphs if they have a ton of damage. Liandry's is just important in my opinion because it gives you 6% damage. What is it called? Bonus amp damage. as well as Cosmic Drive with the movement speed, including Lich Bane. I think Cosmic Drive got buffed AP wise and as well as the movement speed. No, it wasn't AP. It was HP. It went from 250 health to 350 health, if I'm remembering correctly. And then it also went from, instead of 20 to 40 movement speed, it went from 40 to 60. Correct me if I'm wrong. Something along those lines. It's really good. Cosmic Drive second item with Lich Bane. You can run down anyone. Presence of Mind whenever you get a, takedown. This gives you so much mana. It's way better than Lost Chapter. All right. So that's the new build. I think it's broken. I've won like, I just came back after not playing for a month. I've won like 20 games and I've played like 25. Okay. So take that as you will. This feels really good right now. So abuse it while you can. I know I haven't posted on YouTube in a long time, so this is probably going to get uploaded to YouTube, mainly because I didn't want to make League content, but you know what? It's not about what I want to do. A lot of people want, guides, things like that. And if I'm going to stream League, might as well do it for you guys anyways. I'm already doing it. So if you guys haven't done so, be sure to subscribe and also leave a comment down below. Let me know what kind of build you want me to try, or if you guys have any questions about this build, if you guys want to see different iterations of the build, or if you have a better idea, let me know in the comment section. We'll have a discussion, as well as thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video as well.